Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and tonight I wanted to talk about some key things to know whether or not you need to do a hormone detox. Now, if you notice, the things on the list are not related to your cycle. They're not related to any other classic symptoms, right? Because that's kind of a dead giveaway, right? If you've been on the pill, if you've had kids, if you've had a major hormonal shift, if you've had any type of trauma, surgery, anything like that on your reproductive organs, you should probably do a hormone detox of some kind. Yes. Yes. Because it's a lot on your system. It really, really, really is. So if you have PMS issues, cycle issues, if your cycle starts, then stops, then starts again. That's a problem, right? If it's irregular, too long, too short, you don't know where it is at. And sometimes it's heavy, you get clots, that type of a thing. If you have a lot of hot flashes, if you're in perimenopause, if you've been through menopause and you still haven't done a hormone detox, you should do a hormone detox. So those are kind of the given classic symptoms. But a few things that I wanted to mention here, besides those like lady part problems, right, is that one of the first things that I hear from women where I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to do a hormone detox, is you only feel good for 2 weeks out of the month. That's a problem. Just about every day, I get messages from women all over the world, all over the globe. So this is not a problem for just you. I want you to know that this is not just something where you might feel like you're crazy. You might feel like, oh my God, is this a thing? Is this just me? No, it is not just you. There are a lot of women that only feel good. They only feel like themselves for half of the month, right? For 2 weeks, they can feel good, and then the next 2 weeks, it's different person per person. So some women feel really good before they ovulate. Some women feel good after they ovulate. Each one of them, we have to focus on different things because different things are happening in their body and system, of course. But only feeling good 2 weeks out of the month, yeah, you should be doing a hormone detox. If you have any skin issues, this could include acne. This could be hormonal acne, stress-related acne, that type of a thing. Any redness patches. Sometimes women get redness or bumps on their neck, and that's a signifier of PCOS. Any hair patches that are weird, right? Certain testosterone levels, all that other stuff can cause hair pattern growth to appear on women that's not typical. Yay. Any dry, oily, those are two different things. You have both of them up there. Yeah. Super fun thing about hormonal imbalance is that your skin can all of a sudden become super oily or super dry, or you can have both, but in different areas. Like you may feel like right here on your face gets super oily, yet here is like so dry. Like what the heck? Yeah. That's a hormonal imbalance. You should go through a detox. Yeah. So good. Mood swings. Again, this goes along with only feeling good 2 weeks out of the month, but oftentimes when your hormones are really off the charts and you need to do a solid reset, it's more than just, oh, drink some of this red raspberry tea. Oh, try some calming supplement. Take this supplement. Take this one thing. Sure, right? Oh, okay. But if you're not actually fixing the foundational problem, just slapping a supplement or two on top isn't gonna actually have the fullest effect ever. So what I find with women is that when we go through this and we actually do a full hormonal detox, then implement the right supplements for your system, oh my gosh, completely different result. It's like, oh my gosh, these supplements are really working. Before, when you're taking it, you're like, well, this is supposed to help my hot flash, but I'm not really sure. It doesn't really feel like it's working. Yeah, because you got so much gunk going on that we got to wipe the slate clean and then start fresh. Yes. Oh, yes, Christina. Hormonal migraines. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So migraines, other symptoms, and this can occur for women right around ovulation. So right around that midpoint in the cycle, or that's fun. Right before or right at the beginning of your period. First, I had a gal that I worked with. She was like, oh, I know when I'm going to get my period. 3 days. 3 days before my period starts, I get a headache. Clockwork every time. I'm like, yeah, because that's the point for your system where all of a sudden there's this drastic hormonal shift. and your body is not processing those hormones quick enough because there's such a backlog of them that all of a sudden you wake up one day and you feel like you just got hit by a truck. It's that bad. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, hormones shifted and totally different phase that you're in. It's a lot. It sucks. Yay. But that's another, again, that's the same thing with mood swings. And this isn't just like, I'm a little crammy today. This is, you almost can't control where this is coming from. And you can do all the meditation, all the like, peaceful things. And you have a hard time getting your system to settle. Because it's like it's coming from a different place within you. It's not just, oh, I'm irritated and this is ticking me off or whatever. It's something's off, right? You know when something's off and it's affecting that mood. Weight gain and inability to lose weight, that's a hormonal issue, whether it be estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol. Cortisol is always a factor in that, I gotta tell you. Cortisol and one of the other ones, yay. Cravings, that's a big one. Sometimes it's craving salty things. Sometimes it's craving sweet, right? And you can have either one of those with the weight gain, with this, and different patterns. And super fun, this can change throughout the month for you, which again leads you into feeling like, am I crazy? A week ago, this was totally different. And now, oh my God, what the heck? Yeah, you have 4 different bodies throughout the month. You do. Your body goes through these different hormonal phases. So with all of that, if your body's not processing these hormones correctly, then they get backlogged. They get held up, right? And that's where you get all these other issues. Carrie, I crave pasta right before the beginning of my period. Yes. Yeah. That's again, your body craving more nutrient, craving those carbs. It does take a lot of energy to have that big hormonal shift. Whether you're ovulating or whether you're right around the time of your period starting. It's a lot, like for your organs to process. It's a lot of work. And it's work that you don't see, right? It's all happening on a cellular level inside of you. But if you're not supporting your system with the right nutrients, if you're not supporting it with the right help, supplements to help that liver detox, to help your bowels move everything through. That's another key thing that plays into this too, your gut health. Yeah, if your gut is not moving everything through, it gets backlogged. Super, super fun to know. Even if you do get through that liver processing, so say liver processes estrogen, right? And you're like, yay, estrogen is going to get flushed out. I'm not going to have this estrogen dominant, symptom this month, blah, blah, blah. But all of a sudden, for whatever reason, whether it be extra stress, or trauma of some kind, or, you ate something, whatever the reason is, your gut slows down. And so you get a little constipated. Your body will reabsorb that estrogen back into your system. Yep. That's how this adds to the problem again and again and again. And you're like, what? Yes. Megan, peanut butter and jelly, like a 4-year-old right here. That's so great. I love it. So finding these things. So the hard thing with this is that I feel like there's a lot of people out there who say like, oh, do this estrogen detox, la la la. And it's if you have this, this, and this. And I'm like, you know what? Sure. But this can look and feel different for each person. And it can change throughout the month for you. That's the hard piece to keep track of. If you're not keeping super accurate notes about what's happening, week to week throughout the month, all the time, which most people don't, right? It's really tough to see exactly where things are going off. So what I suggest for you, and in terms of like, okay, what do I do then? What's the right hormone detox for me? How do I find the right thing for me? Blah, blah, blah. Because again, you can start taking all these supplements. And I'm sure some of you are like, oh my God, yeah, I have some in my kitchen right now. I've been trying these things. What? Yeah, if they're not the right thing for you, then it's actually going to keep the problem going. Yeah. So my favorite thing is called the Dutch test. Let me show you the Dutch test. Dutch test, this is a sample test. So I'm going to put a link right here in the comments where you can get your own Dutch test, right? So this is something that gets sent to your house, right? I have people fill out a form just so I know which test is going to be the best one for you because there's different types. Maybe you have some insomnia issues along with hormonal issues. That's going to be a different test because again, that does matter in the type of detox that's going to be effective for you. You don't want to do a detox that keeps you in the bathroom all day, right? That's just like a rotor through your gut. That's not fun. That's not a good time for anybody, right? No. So you want to do a detox that actually affects your organs, that actually affects your reproductive system, that actually affects your hormone levels. And it's important that you go through the right process for your system. And the Dutch test tells us exactly what that is, exactly what we need to do, and how to really take the best next steps forward for you. Because it gives us an exact detail of what are your estrogens, what are your progesterones, where's your testosterone at, those type of things. Oh my gosh, look, this person's estrogen super high, their progesterone super low, and so is their testosterone. Hello, estrogen dominance, right? This is going to give us the key of, okay, here's the next best steps for you. We get cortisol levels, not just the total, right? Not just the total of that, but where it is, what the total is, and then how it's being metabolized. Very different things in the system. So it tells us, like, oh my gosh, I go through the reports with everybody so that you're not just sent this thing and you're like, I don't know how to read this, right? I explain to you, we go through all the information, make sure that we're getting the right pathways down, that we're doing the right type of process, start to finish, and then getting the right supplements for your system, getting the right nutrition for your system, starting with the right detox. When you go through the Dutch test and then you go through and start the right hormonal detox for your system, it feels like a brand new you. There's a gal that I worked with. This was, oh my gosh, this was almost 2 months ago now. Yep. This is, just over 2 months ago now. She did the Dutch test. I shifted her protocol. It wasn't even that much, but all of a sudden she was like, oh, here I am. Yes, this is finally the me that I remember feeling like before I had kids. Yeah, because for her, she had a couple of kids right back to back that did a lot to her system. And that was a lot to come through, right? So after, got to figure out what your body needs and get it reset for your system, and then have the right support to keep the results that way. So again, questions I get all the time on hormones, on hormone detoxes, things that are out there. Oh, I tried this thing to do it through food and blah, blah, blah. Sure, but if you're also not getting enough nutrient, this isn't like just eating green vegetables all day. There's no way that's going to be enough protein and nutrient support for your system to go through all the work it needs to go through to have this process happen correctly. So remember, if you're following a system or have a system or did something in the past or taking a supplement and you're like, yeah, sure, okay, but it kind of wrecked my body, or, it was tough to get through, and then I felt like garbage a little bit, and then there was the other side, it probably wasn't the right thing. It's one thing to have some detox symptoms, and it's another thing to feel like, holy crap, I got raked through the coals just to get on the other side, and now I feel like I have to rebuild from there. No, your system should be properly supported with the right nutrition to get your body enough energy to do this process correctly, so you actually get to wipe that slate clean and then build the correct balance from there on out. And that's what we do, starting with the Dutch test. Again, link is in the comments to fill out that form so I know which test to send you. Other resources I have for you, because of course I love other resources. My book, The Female Fat Solution. This talks about nutrition for your hormones and cycle. This is a great pattern to follow and things to go through. This is on Amazon. I do detail a lot of stuff out here. I touch a little bit on a detox in here, but not as much. So if you're looking for more well-rounded information, book here. My YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy. I have a ton of archived videos there for you to subscribe to so you stay updated. Nancy just ordered it today. Yes, Nancy! Woohoo! That's amazing. Katie, yes, Katie. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, I am actually really interested to see your Dutch test, Katie. Okay, last resource I have for you, of course, is my podcast, The Female Health Solution. I have a ton of great episodes that are coming out, so subscribe to that so you don't miss out on any of the latest episodes I have. So, yes, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if I can be of more help for you. If you do have a question too on something that I've covered recently, don't hesitate to even shoot me a message if you're not comfortable commenting. I'm more than happy to chat with you or even do an entire video based around this. That's where this came from. Again, I get questions from women all over the world. You are not alone. You are not crazy. This is a thing, and there's a lot of things you can do to really help get back to the place where you want to get to with your health. So, all right, have a great rest of your night, you guys, and I will see you later.